Happy Sunday. Of course, Sunday you libs all get home and look at Saturday Night Live and fucking just glee, and you're so happy about Saturday Night Live. Why? Because every fucking week they get lower and lower on the Trump bashing scale. But I did watch this episode. It was piss poor. It wasn't funny. It just had a bunch of people coming in and Alec Baldwin. And they were just talking about how good life was that Trump wasn't president. It's an old shtick. It's not funny. But Donald Trump wants the courts to determine if it is legal for Saturday Night Live to belittle him, by Brian Metz. Looked up a few things this guy's written before. His last article was about that Steve guy, that guy you think is all you guys think is a white supremacist, even though he's Jewish. You know, he's got a little receding hairline. And some of the hair is growing back, and evidently that's big news to Brian. So I mean, very serious journalist, very serious, obviously. But he whipped this out really hard last night. He probably worked on it all night after watching Saturday Night Live. So Trump says the justice system should stop investigating his administration and go after the real enemy, which is Saturday Night Live. He actually did not say any of this. This is what this Brian guy says Trump says. Okay, so this is a big difference. You guys can't just take this for Trump doesn't say this. He didn't say they should stop doing this and stop doing that. It's kind of like it's different than that. Let's go forward. In a series of Sunday morning tweets, he attacks a bunch of people. He attacks them. That's a hell of a verb, but whatever. I didn't know you could attack somebody through Twitter. Hell of a dude, right? But just there. All right, I'm back. Oh, where was I? Okay, so the real enemy, Saturday Night Live. It's not a real enemy, whatever. It's just Saturday Night Live. Maybe the whole mainstream media. I give a shit list about each one individually. You know, an individual person wants to come off and shoot the shit, talk bad, that's fine. I don't care. More power to you. During the series on Sunday, like I said, I hate fascism, so hopefully we find some here and we can go attack it together. So he attacked a bunch of people. I follow Trump on Twitter. Wasn't anything out of the ordinary. If you guys aren't used to this shit for the last over 2-3 years, I'm sorry, man. It's not going to get me too excited now. What is this? The attack by a million pricks that you're going to try to me and make me bleed to death? I mean, I don't care how crazy he gets on Twitter. I'm worse. I'm way worse than he is. So you're not going to get me to get too excited about that one. And Che, you're a lot worse than him too. So get off your fucking high horse. I mean, pretty much, say 20% of the people in our little group here is worse than Trump on both sides. So let's just quit it and get past ourselves. Get over yourselves. Knock it off. The real scandal. Okay, so this is his quote. So there's an actual quote here. So when you're reading an article and you actually read a quote, that means that when they just put a little quote around that, it doesn't mean shit. And whenever you read something over here, it's Brian's opinion. Okay, it's nothing more. So a real scandal is the one-sided coverage, hour by hour, of networks like NBC, that's networks, and the Democrat spin machines like Saturday Night Live, spin machines, that's plural. So this isn't about Saturday Night Live. He's pulling them up as an example. So we're already debunking douchebag Brian in the first, 3 paragraphs. He can't even write 3 paragraphs without pushing shit in your ear. It is all nothing less than unfair news coverage. Well, I don't think Saturday Night Live is news coverage. I think they're parody, so Trump's wrong there, but he's also talking about other things. So I'll meet him in the middle there. meet you and him in the middle there. I think he's talking about the whole mainstream media. It's a very, some people call it the legacy media, the mainstream media. Lots of, some really right people call it the cabal, which you hear people talk about that, get a little worried because they're weird. Okay, so let's get on to the meat. It is nothing less than unfair news coverage in Dem commercials. Well, that's true. I would call it unfair. 99% of everything they do is pretty freaking terrible. Just watched some CNN coverage where they were, I was trying to think of the reporter's name, I can't think of him, but he goes off on how Trump prints off pieces of paper. He says he prints off pieces of paper with facts on them and tries to read them off. Like, that's just terrible. It's like, really? Is that, like, who cares? I don't care. Do you care about that? You guys are nitpicking on every little thing. So yeah, he's got a really good point that when he's talking about the entire mainstream media is out for him, and I'd even include Fox News. Even when he first started running in 2016, they didn't start covering him fairly until after he won the Republican nomination. So he's been fighting this a long time, and he's been winning every time. So I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't dare take him. I wouldn't take him seriously, since he's very serious at winning. It should be tested in courts. Can it be legal? Only defame and belittle collusion, the president wrote. Now, yeah, at a certain point in time, should it be tested in courts? Can it be legal? Now, I can see where you're extrapolating out that is fascism. It's not. It involves the court system. It involves asking if it's legal. It's not saying make it illegal. So it's not fascism. So sorry, Che, it's Brian here that you follow, so it's not. It says determine if it's legal. Yeah, but it's not fascism, so you can't say that. And this is where your sentence comes into play. Should be tested in courts. Can it be legal? Only defame and belittle collusion. So would it be illegal is another question. So I'm thinking it is illegal. There's nothing wrong with you guys partnering up all your media outlets and getting together and pushing the same message. I think it's a lot like a monopoly. You guys do have, besides Fox News, excuse me, besides Fox News, that is, everything else is yours, is basically it. It's, I mean, if you look at like charts, spiderweb charts of who owns what networks, it's like Disney and Viacom and a few others, and that's it. And you got one little Fox network eating up all the ratings because they're the only one fitting the conservative niche market. So yeah, this, I mean, he's got a point. Is it one, a monopoly? That'd be one thing to check out. If it is, you're going to have to figure out how colluded are you. If you're a monopoly, if you're setting prices, is it a lot like setting prices, setting message? It could be that. The collusion is a big deal too, because I don't know if you remember WikiLeaks. Hillary Clinton met with a lot of Anderson Coopers and all the big shots of media. Would go and just do a big meeting with them and party with them in the backyards and come up with plans on how they're going to push this agenda forward. So is collusion in media legal? Should it be legal? Should invisible collusion be legal? So if you're colluding with somebody, you should probably divulge it. This is our liberal agenda, and we're telling you the news. Well, I'd like to know that if you're telling me the news, especially for the softer minds out there that can't tell it. There's a lot of young people, a lot of people that haven't been around, people that don't know what it looks like, that it would be good to have a little blurb at the beginning or logo or stamp, like an FDA food stamp, like, hey, this is leaning in this quadrant of whatever, or what, or we have partnered with CNN and MSNBC to put this together. A lot of those things make sense. So, but that's probably not there yet. It's probably whatever they're doing right now is legal. But asking if it's legal is not fascism. So you're going to have to get over yourself. Yeah, so I did watch that skit. It's it's typical Saturday Night Live. Like everything since probably Family Guy has been getting like that. Like Family Guy humor, like, oh yeah, something happens, and then everyone's totally random, and you think it's funny. And it used to be funny, but it gets old real quick. Let me post that. Yeah, they used to hang out and be friends. That's cool. Hey, Blair.
Are you on a meeting?
No, I'm not doing the meeting right now. Kinda, I guess.
But what are you doing?
I'm trolling on the internet about this article. People get real excited about Trump's tweets, and so I have to explain Trump's tweets to them.
What are Trump's tweets?
So this is pretty big news, according to people on the internet, that Donald Trump, they did a Saturday Night Live skit about him last night and showing about what the presidency would be like without him around. And some people found it funny. And so then he wrote a tweet, but Trump didn't find it funny. He said, hey, I want everybody to quit picking on me for 3 years straight, basically. And I want to test it in courts. Can it be legal?
What?
And he says, can it be legal to only defame and belittle people, especially with collusion? And so it's fine that he asked that question. It's fine that he goes to the courts and figures it out. But these people are claiming fascism, that he's actually going after them, which is not the case at all. You have any questions about that? What's your question?
So is he trying to so what are the people is actually doing?
Which ones?
The people who made it.
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Oh, they just made a movie making fun of Trump and all the people that he works with.
Are you one of them?
That made the movie?
No, one of them who were working with him.
No, I didn't work with Trump. Well, I mean, I worked with Trump as in I'm helping support him, yes, but I didn't work with him. He doesn't pay me any money.
Well, can I help support him?
Yes, you can. Just stand up for freedom whenever you can, and we're not here to support Trump. We're just here to support freedom, and he happens to support that same thing. So
okay.
Don't
make fun of Trump.
Don't make fun of Trump. You can make. Actually, the argument is you can make fun of Trump. Okay, it's okay to make fun of Trump. It's just what is, and that's the argument that is trying to be made here, is that. Is it okay to make fun of somebody? Yes. Is it okay to have an entire media organization collude and make fun of somebody 24/7 to sway the politics of a country? Maybe, probably, and that's what Trump is asking.
Go watch Netflix on here.
You got to watch Netflix. Okay.